Hello and welcome to Deconstructing The Construct, episode 59. This is just a quick update because things are happening at a rather fast and furious pace at the moment. Last week, it seemed that the evidence was pouring in that the merge, what I'm calling the merge, is in fact in full swing. And that is a merge between us and our higher selves, bigger selves, whatever. The waking up process. It's being felt very, very physically. Headaches, tired, and I don't mean just tired. I mean, you find one moment and you go down fast and hard the next. I don't know if I spoke about this on a DTC or not. It was certainly discussed amongst the members, but I'd say about 2 months ago now, there was, I hate the word download, but there was a download about this merge. And it was being shown to me in percentages. And that essentially we are able to operate here consciously, as well as operate wherever the greater part of us is also operating consciously. And between the two of us, we are doing the job to bring ourselves back together. And that once we got to around 70%, it was going to be harder for us to function in both places at the same time. And that would require, as the merge progressed and became 75 and 80%, that for one of us to be fully focused in their environment, in their reality, and to do a job, the other one would have to either go into a meditative state or just go to sleep or just completely zone out. And there is more and more of that happening, that feeling like you are just not here and you can't get here. You can't fully wake up. You can't fully be present. Or, like I said, going down hard and fast for an hour or two sleep. The other thing that's happening a lot, and it just seems to have been a huge spike in, is the inception dream experiences. Waking up from a dream into another dream, as many as 4 layers deep, that I've heard just over the last week. And also experiences of living, having a dream, waking up from the dream, living an experience of another dream for 8 months. Actually living 8 months and then waking up to this level of the dream. It's been a really kind of mind-blowing experience for a lot of people who are just starting to have this stuff kick in for them, or for those who have already been having these experiences, they've just really gone up a notch. There's reports of simultaneously feeling like you are in fact experiencing more than one reality, seeing different versions of yourself, feeling like a ghost in another you's reality. We've got blurry eyesight, and you just can't seem to clear your vision. What we call bleed-throughs and overlays, which is, like I said, this sort of feeling like you've got more than one reality running. Diarrhea. I mean, to me, from what I understand, it's through our whole intestinal tract that holds the most mucus. So the diarrhea and these intestinal issues are about releasing all this mucus. Last Friday, when I was on the call with the members and we were collating all of these experiences, by the end of that call, we were like, it looks like we have enough to really call it. This merge is in full swing. Because the other thing that was coming up for some last week, but then seems to have gone into overdrive since Friday even, and today's, Wednesday the 27th for me, is the emotional side of it. It kicked in for me on Friday afternoon, and I essentially spent from Friday afternoon to Monday morning in tears. This sadness, this grief. Thankfully, it shifted. And I do, this 3-day period seems to be widespread of a lot of these symptoms, especially the emotional ones. And then on Monday night, the 25th, there was communication with a whole bunch of people from home. And that's really the kind of guts of this update, is because as you know, probably know, that Leeloo talked about the 7 waves that started last year, or we went through last year. And at the end of those 7 waves, she came through and said there was a code that she found that was the imprint code. And there's been another code discovered that was the code that prevented our minds from moving forward. And on Monday night, there was a group effort, very much a coordinated effort, to hack in through the back door, access and delete that code. And input something else, a new piece of code. I don't know what it is. That I wasn't privy to. What I think is happening as a result, not what I've been told, but my observations and feelings and whatever since then, is that all the changes that the 7 waves brought, all the cleaning aspects of them, we're not fully experiencing. Some, if you're looking into all the ascension stuff, you'll know a lot of people talk about that rainbow wave that apparently happened last year and only a few people experienced it. I feel it's connected to that too. I believe we're getting another whack. It's like these things did happen and these changes were made, but there's code in us that was preventing us from seeing it. And that has now been deleted. That's kind of what I think is happening at the moment. So it might be a matter of us now catching up with ourselves and catching up with what has actually changed. There is, and this is not fear-mongering at all, but there is talk of this big solar geomagnetic event that's supposed to hit in the next sort of 24 hours and potentially last for 3 days, which would essentially take us up to March 4th, I think, around then. That's, I don't know, maybe just a coincidence. Some are expecting blackouts, electricity failures and all that sort of thing over the course of these 3 days while this is happening. I don't know if that's ever really happened in the past when it's been expected or predicted, but who knows? In light of everything else that's going on, maybe. So essentially, bottom line is, what was stopping us from our minds from moving forward has been deleted. And it feels like this merge with ourselves, this reintegration with the bigger part of ourselves is in full swing, and that we really are in that space before waking up. So, talk to you soon. Bye for now.